So I decided to start recording myself while doing my makeup. So first thing, I do some skincare, and that's a little bit of rose water that I'm holding. So I just spray it directly onto clean skin, maybe 5 or 6 sprays. Next, I use a little bit of face oil. This is from e.l.f. I use about 3 to 4 drops. And then I just sort of roll it onto my skin. Next, I use a little bit of moisturizer. This is from Tarte. And again, just gently massage it into the skin. Jacob came downstairs and started talking to me, and he didn't know I was recording. Hi, Jacob. And then last but not least, I use a little bit of poreless primer from Tarte as the last step of my skin prep. Once again, just massaging it gently into the skin. So next, I like to do my brows. I'm holding an e.l.f. brow pencil in taupe. I line them, and then I just fill in the areas where they're a little sparse and blend it out. Next, I use a little bit of brow powder. I believe this is also from e.l.f. I'll get a small angled brush and get a little bit of the lighter color there and start applying it to the inside of my brows. Then I'll grab the darker color and go from the midsection of the brow out to the tail. My last step for brows is using this brow gel from Tarte again. I like using Tarte and e.l.f. because they are affordable, and a lot of their products are also vegan. So I'll just brush that onto the brows, kind of blending everything together that I started with. So next, I'm going to simultaneously sort of contour out my eyebrows, as well as put a light base down for my eyeshadow using e.l.f. Concealer, and just kind of dot it on there. Then I will tap it out with my fingers to begin with, just to kind of warm it up and get it to start blending into the skin. Then I'll go over with it with my beauty sponge, also from e.l.f., to really set it in and get it a little more blended. And I realize it looks a little funny to begin with, just having like that really brightness around your eyebrows, but once you put the foundation on, it layers together really well. So moving on to my eyeshadow. This is the King Beauty, spelled with a Q, Brazilian palette that I got for my birthday. It has a lot of colors. It was relatively affordable, and they all work together very nicely, so I use it almost every day. So I'm going to start off with a small blending brush and grab kind of that orangey, like brick shade, I guess you could say. And I'm going to pat that in both my inner and outer corner. I'm going for more of a halo look today. And it doesn't have to be super precise because we're going to blend and smoke it out a little. So just kind of pat it on there. So next, I'm going to get a bit fluffier of a blending brush. I'm going in with a light orange color from that same palette. And I'm going around the edges of what I started with and just kind of smoking and blending it out together. Then using that same light orange color and the same brush, I took that under the eyes to smoke it together and bring the whole look full circle. Then I took this highlighter palette from Tarte and I took that sort of rose gold shade on just a small brush, and I put that up against my brow bone and in the inner corners of my eyes to give it a little highlight. So next I grabbed that light orange again and then a nude shade and kind of blended them together very, very lightly on my brush, and just went around the edges of my eyeshadow to really get it well blended. Blending, I would say, is probably the most important part of any eyeshadow look. So then I just took my pinky finger and I dipped it in this sort of metallic-y orange copper color and patted it on where I put the brick color on previously. Then for the center of my eye, I have this sort of lid paint from Tarte. It's called Liquid Sea Glass. You can see I use it a lot. I really like the color and the consistency and the blendability of it. So I'll just take a little bit of that and, just using the applicator that comes with it, put it in the middle of my eye. Then tap, tap, tap with my finger to blend it in a little. And without any product, just using a dirty brush from earlier, going around the edges to again blend it in a little better. So now I'm taking a black crayon eyeliner from e.l.f. and just lining my lash line with that. I'm not doing anything super crazy with my eyeliner today. With halo looks, I like to do just a more simple black line across my lash line. Then for my waterline on my bottom lashes, I'm taking this kind of pearlescent white color from, I believe, Maybelline, and putting that along my waterline. Next, I'll do a coat of mascara. This is the Lights Camera Lashes from Tarte. This is a sample size. I got it in a pack with an eyelash curler. For some reason, I sort of like sample size mascaras. I feel like they work better. It's the same formula. There's no science to this. It's all in my head. Okay, so time to do my face. I'm going to go in with this Found Sealer from Tarte. Again, I use it a lot. I am in the shade Fair Neutral. I'll just take a little bit of that on the back of my hand. Usually a pump to a pump and a half is more than enough. It is a good medium coverage foundation, and I'll just put that onto my skin. Then I'm going to begin blending it out with that little brush that my mom got me for Christmas. The hairs on the brush are really dense together, so it's nice for blending foundation. Then to even it out, I will take once again the beauty sponge from e.l.f. and just pounce it on there to get everything looking more even. So now I'm going to do a little bit of blush. I have this sort of corally shade. It has like a gold undertone to it. It's really pretty. I got this from Tarte, and I'll just take a brush and tap it on there. I go from my cheekbone and I bring it up It sort of gives a lifting effect, and it's a more natural blush look because when you are naturally flushed, it's not just the apples of your cheeks that turn bright red. Then I have this sort of bronzer color from a Pacifica palette. I believe I got in an Ipsy bag a long time ago. And I'll do that below my blush, just along the natural contour of my face and up to my forehead. Then using that same highlight from earlier, that coral shade in the Tarte highlight palette, I'll do the tops of my cheekbones, a little bit between the brows and the tip of my nose. Then I'll take a little bit of setting powder. This is from Airspun. You can get it at any drugstore. I will say that it is extremely fragrant, so that if that's something that bothers you, I don't recommend it. However, it does wear off fairly quickly. I don't notice it much longer after I get ready. I'm using a big fluffy brush to pat it onto my face and then immediately blend it out. I'm not a huge fan of baking. It does make me look really cakey. I've never really gotten the point of it. I just put the powder on right away and blend it out. So now I am applying my lashes. I have a pair of lashes from Ardell. They are the faux mink lashes. And then I'm using a little bit of lash glue. I get black lash glue because I think it blends better with black eyeliners. So put a little bit of that on my lashes, blow it off, let it dry, and just plop them on and squeeze them together with your natural lashes. This is why I do my mascara earlier. I don't do them at the same time because otherwise it would get all over my fingers and all over my eyeshadow look. And if you do it earlier, I find that it blends together with the lashes. Then while I'm waiting for my other set of lashes to dry, I'm getting a little bit of lip liner from Tarte and lining my lips. Popped that other lash on. Sorry, it was not on camera. I'm still getting used to recording myself. Then I'm going on with a peachy nude matte lip, also from Tarte, and going over the top of that liner and just blending it all together. Lastly, letting my hair down, doing a little hair flip, and that completes the look for today. Thank you for watching and bearing with me on my first video. I hope you liked it, and I hope to get better at this someday. Thank you.